Right, morning everybody. It's a bit of a wet start to the day, as you can see, so that's going to hold us up a little bit, but we've still got a few things that we need to do. Now, we managed to get on with a bit of fertilising the other day, putting some mineral or solid fertiliser down. Now, it's still quite windy, but that managed to settle okay, so I'm hoping that we'll still be able to get out in the next little while to do a bit more fertilising in the next day or so. We still need to put another lot of fertiliser down on our field 48, and we need to do 2 lots on field 50 as well before harvest time, or certainly in the next week or so. So the wind's still going to be up, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to get on with those. Now, I'm going to take this T7 New Holland up to the dealership, to the farm equipment there. She's having a bit of an upgrade. We're having her boosted up to about 300 and so horsepower, having a bigger turbo put on her and stuff like that. So she'll all be ready kind of for the back end of the harvest and everything when we get round to cultivating and ploughing. So we've got to take her up. Joe's up at the shop at the minute, so she's going to pick me up on the way back and bring me back down. And that little John Deere skid steer that we used the other day that we borrowed from the pig farm, well, they've gone and bought a new bobcat. So I've bought that little John Deere one off them, only for £100. I think it's kind of on its last legs really, but it needs a bit of a service, which Ted's going to do, and all we need it for really is a bit of work around the greenhouses and stuff like that. So for the money that it's cost us, that'll work just fine. And I've had a call from Tyler Fleming as well, up at the other dairy farm. Now, he's got a couple of baling contracts that he needs doing in fields 3 and 4. Now, he's offered £20,000 for each field there, so they're going to be worth doing, and hopefully the weather will clear a little bit so we can get on with those later. Now, we're going to borrow his equipment, but we need to take a couple of our tractors up as well so we can get on with things as quickly as we can, and I'm hoping that we'll get at least one of those fields done this afternoon, but it's going to be drier tomorrow. I think there's a little bit of rain that's due later this afternoon, but we've got a break in the weather, so hopefully we'll get one of those done, and then we might be able to finish the other one off tomorrow. So still quite a few things to do. I'm going to get this New Holland taken up the workshop, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Right, that's all dropped off. I'll just duck in here out the rain, wait for Jo. Hopefully she won't be too long. Here we go. Right, we're going to get home, and Ted's got that skid steer back over in the yard, so I'll have a quick catch up with him, let him know we're taking on those baling contracts, and we'll see you in a little while. Hi there, Ted. How are you getting on? Oh, all right, Sam. I'm not doing too badly. I've done the oil filter, changed the oil, changed the air filter, so she's not in bad condition, bearing in mind how old she is, so I think you've got a good deal there. Ah, jolly good. Now listen, I've taken on a couple of baling contracts from Tyler Fleming up at the other dairy farm, his fields 3 and 4. So you get finished up here, have a bite of lunch, and we'll get those done hopefully this afternoon. Yeah, all right then. I'll carry on here. You want me to see you up there at Tyler's place? Yeah, that'd be great, Ted. Thanks. Right, I need to nip back to the house, get a bit of paperwork done. I'm going to call Tyler, just let him know that we'll be up after lunch, and then hopefully we can get on with those baling contracts then. Right, Joe and I are nearly up at the field. Ted's already up at the farm. He's managed to catch up with Tyler. Just have a quick chat with him, check where all the equipment is. So he's got the mower all attached up to Tyler's Valtra tractor. So I think Ted's going to probably use that, do the mowing and everything. And then I'll probably put Joe on the windrow and I'll follow up and do the baling. So hopefully this won't take us too long. Now there's Ted, he's just inside the shed there, so I'll get parked up and I'll go and have a quick word with him. Hi there Ted, everything alright? Oh yeah, everything's fine. All the kit's here. We got everything in this side, and it's just the bale loader that's in the bit next door. Right, what's the plan? Well, Ted, if you're happy, you go and do the mowing. I'll get Joe to follow up, do the windrow, and I'll do the baling and everything else like that. So if you want to start in field 4, just here, and I'll go and let Joe know what the score is. All right, mate, no problem. Right, we'll let Ted get round the headland a couple of times, and I need to get Joe's tractor linked up to the windrower, and I need to stick the John Deere on the baler, and then we can start kind of following up. Now it's going to rain a little bit later, but I'm hoping that we might be able to get both of these fields done this afternoon, but we'll have to see. So quite a lot of work to do, but fingers crossed we can get these done. Right, that's field 4 finished. I'm going to get these bales taken down to the livestock barn and unloaded. Ted and Joe have just stopped for a cup of tea and a sandwich. The rain stopped earlier this morning than we thought, so we wanted to get on with doing these baling contracts, but they've just stopped for a quick break. And hopefully I'll be back up fairly quickly and we can carry on with field 3. Right, I'll just get these bales unloaded and then I'll be able to clear that contract off the list and accept the other one, and then I'll make my way back up to the other dairy farm and join the others. Right, we're back up at the farm now. Ted's just about to start mowing again, and Joe will then kind of follow up doing the windrowing. I'm just going to park this bale trailer up, and I'll let them get ahead of me, and that'll give me 10 or so minutes just to be able to sit down, have a cup of tea, and sandwich myself. Now, check the weather forecast. Looks like the rain's going to be back a bit sooner than we thought, but hopefully we'll be able to get this field finished this afternoon. Right, well, we started with rain and this morning, and we're finishing up with rain this evening, but I'm pleased that we managed to get those 2 baling contracts done, so that's made a big difference to our bank account, so that's pretty good, but we won't get anything more done tonight. It's just gone 6 o'clock in the evening. I took the bale trailer back up to Tyler's place, dropped that off, and I called in at the New Holland dealership at the farm equipment place just to see how they were getting on with the T7 tractor as well, so that's going to be another day or so before that's ready. And I'm hoping that we can maybe get on and do a bit of fertilising tomorrow. It's going to be a dry day, but the wind's still up, so we'll have another go at that to see if we can get our fields fertilised again, and if we can, and if the going's okay, there's still a few fertilising contracts that are kicking around out there, so we might look to take on a couple of those, but who knows. Now Ted finished up with that skid steer this morning. He serviced all of that, and he managed to fill up the water tanks and the manure for the greenhouses, so they're all good. And the only other job that I want to do around the yard here is I want that tree that's by the gate there. It's getting a bit overgrown, and we need to trim that back, or maybe even cut it down completely. I'm not sure yet, but that might be a job for the next day or so. Right, well, that's about it for today. But we'll catch up with you in the morning and see if we can get on with some of that fertiliser spreading. Right, well, the rain stopped. It's a beautiful morning, but as you can see, our crops have turned, and they're kind of ripening quite nicely. Now, the downside of that is we're not going to be able to get into field 15 and put any more fertiliser down. That's the crop's kind of too far gone to be able to do that. But I'm hoping that we can get into field 48 and put another lot of fertiliser down on this field of maize, this field of corn up here. So we should be able to get away with that. So we'll get this sorted and done as soon as we possibly can, and then there's a few jobs back at the yard that we need to do. Right, well, we've finished doing that fertiliser spreading up in our field 48. I'm pleased we got that done. Now, there are still some fertilising contracts around, but I think all of the crops are going to be in their last stage of growth now, so we won't really be able to get onto the fields and do those. Now, there is a baling contract that Mason Newton's got on field 14, so I put a call into him, but I'm waiting for him to give me a buzz back. So I'm just tidying a few things up around the yard, moving these pallets of lime and sticking them just under cover. Now, we are going to look at changing our combine as well. That New Holland that we've got, we've had for quite a few years now, and it's not got particularly good grain tanks. So now that we've got a bit more land, I'm hoping to sort of upgrade to something a bit bigger and a bit better. Now, I can't afford anything brand new, so we're having a look at a few second-hand machines, but I think I'll cover that off in the next episode. So I'm just going to put these away, then we're going to get the chainsaw out and we're going to tidy these trees up that are either side of this gate, and we may end up taking them out altogether. I'm not sure. As you can see, one of them's leaning over quite badly, so we'll have a go at that and see how we get on. Right, well, as you can see, we ended up taking those two trees out in the end. So we've cleared that gateway, which has left it nice and open. So those trees were certainly overhanging a little bit, and it was getting a bit of a struggle, really, to get some of the equipment through the gate. So it's good we've done those. Ted's taken the wood down to the sawmill. Get rid of that, so that's good. And I've since had a call from Leo Thompson. He's asked me to nip down and cultivate his fields 37 and 38. So whilst I'm waiting to hear back from Mason Newton about that field 14 baling contract, I said that's no problem, I can get on with those. They're only tiny fields really, so it won't take me long to do those. So I'm going to get these cultivated, and I think that'll be it for today's video. So I'll leave you with a bit of cultivating footage, and we'll catch up with you next time. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And take care, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. And I'll see you on the farm next time. Bye for now.